So, let us discuss about the challenges in the agriculture sector. We will be looking at the major challenges in the agriculture sector which are retarding the growth in the agriculture sector and are also leading to farmer distress, lower agriculture productivity and low income in the agriculture sector. So let's begin. When we are looking at few of the major challenges, the first will be the dependence on monsoon. As we know that more than 60% of farming in India or agriculture in India is rain-fed, this implies that the penetration of the irrigational facilities in our country to the rural areas is not much. And whenever there is delay in monsoon arrival or when inadequate rains are there, the productivity in the agriculture sector gets severely affected because when farmers don't have access to irrigational facility or water, crops cannot be grown, and this directly impact their earning, implying that it directly affects their income, and it also leads to price and employment fluctuation because when delay is there in arrival of monsoon, farmer won't be able to employ laborers. Thus, employment will come down. It will also lead to lesser income to the farmer. In case if monsoon is there, inadequate rains are there, productivity will be low. When lower productivity is there, the income also falls. With respect to price, you have to see that when the farmer is left with lesser marketable surplus, his bargaining power is also less. When the farmer's bargaining power is less, he usually gets the lowest price. The second thing is ever increasing global temperature has made agriculture more prone to extreme weather events like cyclone, then drought, etc. That's why it is often said that climate change will directly impact food security of the world. The second major challenge is land ownership. With respect to land ownership, you have to look at the ownership pattern from the colonial era because at that time the agricultural land was held by a zamindar. Later on we got independence, zamindari was abolished and land was distributed, land ceiling, land tenancy reforms were done. But till date, the increasing demographic pressure, disguised employment, and conversion of agricultural land for alternative uses has drastically reduced the average land holding size. And very few big farmers in our country are having huge parcels of land, so they own large parcels of land. But the small farmers or the majority of farmers in number, it is 86% of the total farmers in our country, they are small and marginal farmer, so they own small tracts of land. So the ownership pattern has drastically changed, wherein few big farmers own large parcels of land, but small farmers own small tracts of land. Second thing is peasants cannot generate sufficient marketable surplus. So they are not only poor but are often in debt because when marketable surplus is less, the income which farmer earns is also less, and that is sometimes not adequate to repay the loan, and so farmer default on the payment, and then this affect the credibility of the farmer, and next time banks are not reluctant to give credit to the farmer. The third major is cropping pattern. Areas which are not suitable for certain crops experience cultivation of such crops. For example, rice. This is because of penetration of technology and irrigational facilities in certain areas. I am implying for saying that of certain areas because only in few areas you will find better irrigational facilities and better integration of technology in farming sector, whereas you will also see areas where neither technology is there nor irrigational facilities. The areas which have received irrigational facilities have seen that cropping pattern is shifting to crops which are not suitable for cultivation in that climate. This is leading to the decline in the soil fertility and has adversely affected the soil health and led to problems like soil salinity, waterlogging, etc. The fourth major problem is subdivision and fragmentation of landholding. As I said, 86% of the farmers in our country are small and marginal farmers. This indicates that landholding has been fragmented at unsustainable and uneconomic level, which implies that it is not possible for farmers to invest in machineries or to go for farm mechanization in order to increase the productivity. As when you have less land holding or less land size, it is not incentive, it is not better for the farmer, or it is not financially viable for the farmer to invest in machines. Due to growth of population and breakdown of joint family system, the average land holding has drastically fallen, and the farmers see division of their agricultural land into smaller and smaller plots. Migration is also aid the process of land fragmentation, because most of the time people migrate to urban areas from rural areas when agriculture is in distress, and in some cases they sell their land and start the business in the urban areas. This has also led to conversion of agricultural land to non-agricultural land and increase in land fragmentation. The fragmentation of landholding is the major problem in our country, which is causing very less productivity in the agriculture sector. So, agriculture productivity is directly related with the land size. The major problem is agriculture marketing. Marketing is key to get the right prices for your products. Due to small size and scattered nature of agriculture holding, the productivity per acre is low. This affects the marketable surplus. When marketable surplus is less, the farmer is not able to bargain, because the bargaining power is very low or is negligible, and thus he gets very less price. Whereas if the farmer is equipped with ICT tools like modern marketing tools, with the lesser marketing surplus he can get the right prices. But as most of the farmers are uneducated and are not aware about the usage of information communication and technology modern tools, they rely on middlemen who take majority of the profits of the farmers, and farmers are left with little income. The sixth problem is about the credit. Agricultural loans or agricultural credit, which banks are not reluctant to extend to the farmers because of high farmer indebtedness and the failure to repay the loan on time. Access to credit is key to enhance the agricultural productivity, because when credit will be there, farmer can go for farm mechanization, farmer can procure best seeds, best fertilizers, and can also ensure that irrigational facilities, if it is not there, farmers can arrange for alternate source of water supply, so that agriculture productivity can be enhanced. But in India, there is lack of easy access to credit, and this has led to farmers relying on informal sources like money lenders to get credit. This has been because of farmer failing to repay the loan on account of crop failure. Apart from this, it has been seen that in few of the cases, farmers were seen diverting their loan amount for their household consumption expenditure, and because of that, banks are not reluctant to extend loans. The other major problem is about the lack of mechanization. Introduction of latest technology has been limited due to various reasons, like accessibility for credit and low awareness. As I said, banks are not reluctant to extend credit. The mechanization is affected. Farmers are not aware about various policies on farm mechanization. Like there are custom hiring centers which are set up by the government of India, and they are set up from time to time. Through the custom hiring centers, farmer can take the farm mechanized products on lease. So farmers, if he is not capable of purchasing big machines or equipments, he can take such equipments and machines on lease from custom hiring centers. But as farmers are not aware, they are not able to gain the benefits. And this leads to outdated technology dominating the agriculture sector and leading to lower levels of productivity. Secondly, poor farming communities in the country lack the understanding of modern agriculture methods. Even if they are given, they are not able to understand how to use it, how to improve the productivity with such equipments, and this affects the soil fertility, because most of the time farmers apply unsustainable level of macronutrients like nitrogen. So the application of NPK is much more than the desired ratio level. The last and the most important problem is the supply chain problem, which is related with the farmer's income or the farmer's profit. The deficiency in the agriculture produce marketing committees or the APMCs, lack of infrastructure facilities, lack of connectivity, large gaps in storage, cold chain, absence of marketing infrastructure has impacted the growth in the agriculture sector, because the gaps in storage and cold chain leads to the agriculture produce getting destroyed in rains and getting affected by rodents and other pests. If the storage is not proper, then the entire produce goes waste. Second is lack of infrastructure facilities affects the supply chain, and this leads to farmer incurring more cost to supply or to transport the goods to the market. Third thing is absence of marketing infrastructure directly impact the price the farmer fetch. So all these problems have severely affected the farmer's income, agricultural productivity, and the farmer's profit. Now, let's look at few practice MCQ questions. Question first is, which agency is responsible for procurement, distribution and storage of food grains production in India? Here, the correct will be Food Corporation of India, because Food Corporation of India procures, distributes and stores the food grain. Indian agriculture is typically characterized as, the correct will be land scare and labor surplus economy. Here correct will be option C. The rest will be wrong because labor is surplus in our economy. So option A and option D stands eliminated. Secondly, land is scarce, land is not surplus. Because of increasing population, the pressure on agricultural land is increasing and so agricultural land is getting fragmented. So option B is also wrong, A is also wrong. And we are left with option C. Thank you.